Hello, everyone, and welcome to Evening Vibes. My name is Riley J. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I'm so very, very excited to have you with us this evening. Um, Happy Wednesday. If you are new to the stream, hello, welcome. We always like to kick off the show by having people put in the comments how they're doing this evening, how they're feeling, what they're up to. If you want to share how you're feeling, please welcome to. We've been working really hard since starting the show in September. I'm making everyone, feel welcomed, feel like they're part of the evening vibes Boylesque Drag family. So put how your week has been, or your day, and if you feel so bold, feel free to also share why you may be feeling the way that you feel. Your feelings are valid. The way you feel is very important. Here on Evening Vibes, we like to take just an hour, 1 hour out of your week to give you time to unwind, to relax, and just forget about it. So when you share what you're feeling, I just want you to share it and then to just brush it off. This is your chance. This is your hour to brush it off, to let it go. And I'll do the same right now. I have had a very, um, I've had a very exhausting week. I've had an exhausting month, really. Um, I have had a lot of, negativity surrounding me a lot lately. Um, Mostly, like, in people not people that I know, really, which is the interesting part. It's not like, it's not like something that's happening, in the home front or with family. It is more so something that, by the just people on the internet, really, which, never trust people on the internet, never take what they, are feeling a certain way. But that's what I've been holding on to this week is a lot of I've been there's been just people that are just rude. And I don't really understand why. And it kind of goes back to my post that I posted last week on my personal Facebook page talking about bullying. You know, at this point in life, I am sure many of you viewers have dealt with bullying, have been bullied, and at some point we all are also the bully, right? We're also the person that is not always the best example to people. We can be very rude as well. And so this week I've been trying to tackle that. Been trying to tackle, taking what people are saying to me and then brushing it off and trying my best not let it affect me. But sometimes it's just hard. It is so, so hard. And I just love being able to use this platform. My mom said in the comments, "Evening vibes is part of your therapy." It really, for me, I don't know if you were talking about for the audience or for me, but for me, it is. Evening vibes is part of my therapy because, like I said, at the beginning of the show, I tell you what I'm going through, and then I let it go. And by the end of the show, it's like whatever I was going through doesn't even matter anymore. And I totally get it. Like, it is December 16th of 2020. We had a shit year here in the US as well as around the world, and people are going through it. And some people, I mean, this pandemic at this point, I get it. You know, while I don't understand bullies to a full extent because I don't know what they're going through, I do get it that at this point in the pandemic, like, we are over it, right? We are over being alone. We are over feeling rushed, crammed, unstable, in whatever aspect that might be for you, financial, emotional, mental. So in some respect, like, I get it. Like, this isn't my call to be like, oh, Riley, you don't deserve that. Like, no one deserves it. And at the same time, I mean, I get it. People at this point, they're on their last straws. And sometimes you just happen to be the straw that breaks for them, whether it's intentional or unintentional. So that is what I am bringing to the table, and that I am now leaving and letting go. So let's see how everyone else is doing this week. Let's see. Let's go all the way back to when the stream went live. Hi, Wendy. She said, "Hope everyone is healthy and doing well." I hope the same. Healthy and doing well. Ugh. You can do everything correctly with COVID. You can do everything you want to stay healthy and to stay well. and sometimes she still sneaks into your life. That is something that I mean Jada and I dealt with, right? We did everything possible. We aren't doing in-person shows. The only time we leave the house is for the grocery store, and in September we had it. So yes, healthy and well. And if for God forbid you do have to deal with the virus, I'm wishing you best wishes and safe recoveries because ooh, it is rough. Hi, Mom. Hello. Hi, Patrick and Susan. Thank you for joining me while you're doing your dinner. I thought about that last week when Susan was on the show. You guys always comment, "We're eating dinner and watching." So I was like, "What is Susan gonna do when she's on the show? She's gonna like eat dinner and and let me interview her." That's what I pictured in my brain. Hi, hello, Julie. Mom said looking classy. Thank you. Em said she had a rough week. So did Julie. Oh no, Julie, I'm so sorry that you're dealing with that with your family right now. That is that is rough. Thank you for trusting this community with that info. This is a safe space and we are here for you. Not like maybe here, but we are with you and we're sending you love and good vibes. That's really rough. Nick, you finished your fall semester. Congratulations, bud. Yes, get it. Hi, April. Hi, Jaden. Yes, Em said she's also looking forward to her winter break. I understand. Pandemic, no pandemic. I always needed a break from school. That is real. Aw. Oh, is this what my mom was referencing when she said evening vibes is therapy? Jenna said, I'm starting to schedule my therapy appointment on Wednesday and then evening vibes. Oh, you got like a double dose. Yes. Get it, Jenna. Proud of you. This is amazing. Well, I'm glad we have like a assortment of things. Onyx said you're a light at the end of my tunnel. Aw, thanks, bud. Thank you all for your support. Honestly, 2020 would have not been possible without the support of everybody. I mean, some weeks I have like 5 viewers, and some weeks I have like 25. 25 is usually the max on this show as of so far, and I really appreciate and love all of you. I can't thank you enough for the support you have given me to create this content. Um, from bottoms up to here, we've made it. We have gone a long ways in my journey and in Boylesque's journey. In a little bit, I made something to show you guys a little recap of Boylesque's 2020 year, in my year, really. Um, Especially because, previous to 2020, right? Previous to 2020, Boylesque was kind of like a second job to me. It was like a second hand gig. I thought of it as like what am I what are the words that I'm looking for? It was like it came second. I don't know. That's what I'm looking for, I guess. It came second in my life. Whatever I was working on, like job wise, like office jobs or whatever, that was like what I told people first. And then it was like, oh yeah, and I also do drag. Because of 2020, all I do is drag. All I do is these virtual shows. And it's starting to become like a passion really of mine to be working on these virtual shows, whether it's my personal show or the ladies of Boylesque, their shows. It's just been so much fun to create with them and to figure out new ways. Getting all this fancy tech we have and not having to leave our house has been really great. So Boylesque has honestly, when you guys see this video in a little bit, it's really not only Boylesque's 2020, but it's literally my experience of 2020 because everything you see in that video, for the most part, I took. And if I didn't take it, it's because I'm in the video itself. Um, so it really shows like just how I saw 2020. I'll get into it after you guys see it in a little bit, but it's just interesting. Also, you can see my point of view changes as 2020 goes on. I don't know. I just thought it was really cool. It makes me emotional. Not everyone might get as emotional as me because I know the stories behind a lot of those videos, and we'll talk more after I show it. But yeah. Wendy said, "How is Effie? You should invite her." Um, so I did invite Effie to do the show today because I thought it'd be really cool to do like a 2020 like Effie has started with me and she just had too much going on. She's doing well though. Her business is booming. And we're sending her love and support. But I think Effie overall is doing well. She's just crazy busy, which I mean, that's great that her business is booming. We're very happy for her. Um my dad texted me. I might be too close to my mic. Sorry. Is this close? Is this better? No, okay. Look how far you've come in 1 year. You have an amazing show of your own, a cool mic, and create a family of love. Yes, cool mic. Y'all, this mic is cool, but surprisingly, what has been so what's been really cool actually is these headphones. They're actually minimal compared to the rest of the tech. I think I could get by without these. I could have done like I could have kept my AirPods, honestly. But I see these headphones, they weren't that expensive compared to other things I could have bought. I see these headphones everywhere. With like in TV that we watch, like RuPaul's Drag Race when they do like recordings of their songs for challenges and stuff. They'll be wearing these same exact headphones because they have to show the brand because money and donate whatever branding there may be with Sony, but like I see them and I'm like, "Oh, I wear those too. I'm I'm as famous as RuPaul." Um, but yeah, so I'm excited. So let's get in this video. I'm super excited for you to see it. It's not long. I tried really hard to condense 2020, which is very hard to do because I mean you all know 2020 was a lot. But yeah, so let's get into it. Yes, this is Boyless Drag slash my recap of 2020, and it's the premiere. You're the first people to see it, so I'm very excited. So here we go. Ooh.
One, two, three.
Y'all, James Black is killing it. Killing it.
Can you hear me? Effie.
Effie,
Sorry, my computer decided to disconnect. I'm not even in the middle of a storm, and my computer was like, disconnect.
Okay. I would like to say that my favorite line from the movie is when Whoopi Goldberg says, "My dear Maud, I am not now, have I ever been a Las Vegas showgirl. I am a headliner." Yes, thank you.
Thanks to her, she like it.
have entertainers from all over the United States. This
And I'm Liza with a Z. What?
Today's show theme is you, Effie.
Who knew the best for last?
And I am so excited to be finally doing a show on my own. Murder most foul at Creedle Manor. Murder most foul at Cradle Manor.
Thank you guys so much for joining me. Take some time for you tonight, or at least sometime this week, if not every day this week, as it is very important as our days are getting much darker, much quicker. You are loved, you are worthy of love, and have a fantastic week. Bye, everybody. So yeah. That makes me so emotional. Let me thank you for all your comments. I had a lot of fun making it. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at everything and gathering myself. For those of you that for those of you that have been with us since the beginning, or have seen us in person and now watch us virtually, like, you understand. I think you all understand on some of, like, I can tell in the comments, just how emotional it is. Um, I'm crying happy tears laying in the bathtub. um, I think you know just how much we have gone through, and it's just crazy. Think about everything that we have gone through as a group. I know at the beginning of this year, those videos that I took, I mean, I know at some, I was very, sorry, words. Whew, I was very burnt out. We started getting bookings. I mean, we had, and you could see by the dates, I include the dates on purpose. We were having 3 to 4 show in person, imagine in-person shows a week that had over 100 people at them. Like, it is crazy. And then all of a sudden, we stopped, as the world did, it stopped. And, Jaden looked at me as soon as I was sent home from work the final time telling me that I was gonna be working from home. Jaden looked at me and said, "I wanna go virtual. We're going virtual." And I was like, "You're funny. Going We're going what?" And she goes, "We're going virtual. We're doing virtual show. We're gonna do it here, and this is what we're gonna do." The very first show we did happened at Alive in Ypsilanti, the Shake Herbalife Shake place, and that was really fun. We had some great video montages from there, great photos. We had some fun lighting. The video, watching back on it, oh my goodness, it was a mess. It was a mess, but it was good. And then, we finally had to, for safety and also just for convenience, we moved to our house. And again, shows were not perfect. Those of you who have watched from the beginning of time with our virtual shows, you know, like, I mean, we were having to resend links to people. We were getting shut down from like our crappy internet. Um, it was crazy. The contractor light, yes. At a live IFC there, Jaden said, there was this giant light that they use for, like, construction. Oh my gosh, it was hot. Felt like the sun was in the room with us. It was terrible. And then we moved to home and we had no lighting whatsoever. I think we used what are those lights called? Um like a what are those called? Oh gosh. Well, anyway, it was like a little bright light. And you could see the difference. Yeah, you could see the difference, between that and what we use now. We use actual lighting that Ani helped us get. Clip light. Yes, thank you. It was a clip light. And our quality wasn't good. Just the growth is just incredible. And I was I got emotional making this video. So the transition that I wanted to talk about that was huge for me. Again, while it is Boy Less Drag's recap of 2020, it's really mine. Like all I saw this year was these women outside of, being in my house and seeing my partner. All I saw was these queens. That's the only other people I really saw here in 2020 face to face. And so that's why so this video is my recap because I got to go as a person who does the tech. Um, yes, I know. Sorry. So Patrick did donate our lights. I was saying that Ani gave us the idea to get the lights because she brought over hers and then we bought our own because she couldn't come over anymore because of the pandemic. That's what I meant. Yes, Patrick gave us money for the lights. Thank you, Patrick. Um, not Susan's husband, Patrick either. Patrick, who is a regular donor on our show. Um, but I got to go from, seeing as the tech person, seeing everyone from the back. If you've seen the live in-person shows, all of my video clips are from behind because that's where I was. I was off in a corner or I was up on stage next to, like, the bingo machine with my DJ equipment, and so all my videos are from behind. All I saw for most of these in-person shows were the queens' backs, the back of their head. I never really got to see facial expressions. I never got to see um, gestures or much of that, really. I only got to see the back of them and see them do, their dance moves and stuff, but it was always from behind. So the biggest change for me going virtual is I got to see them face to face and I got to see what the audience sees every single performance. And that was just the coolest, most eye-opening transition for me with this group, um, was to see their faces, to see their facial expressions, to see just who they actually are as a performer. And I've also seen them grow. Like, I feel like a dad. I've seen them grow so much. From day 1 to now, the first, like, month of virtual shows, these women, getting them on camera, you would think, like, being performers and being drag queens, of all things, being drag queens, they would be so like, "Ah, on camera. Psh." No, these women hated it, and not that they hated being on camera, but we couldn't see our audiences. We still can't unless we do a bingo where we're on a Zoom call. But even then, like, we don't really see our audiences. So to be performing to even what I do for this show, I'm just looking at myself while I talk. It's such a transition, and to see them go from like, "Oh, I don't know about this," to like, what they do now is insane. Jaden was watching, her performances from last weekend, which is another cool thing about having all of your shows recorded. You get to watch yourself and critique yourself. She was watching her show, from last weekend, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, my facial expressions and my mannerism and what I do with my hands, like, oh my gosh, I do that." And like, yeah, when we first started doing virtual shows, you're so used to relying on the audience seeing your full body, doing flips and tricks and all these things. And for some queens, um, whether our cast or not our cast, not all queens focus on the lip sync part. Like, obviously, the lip sync part is important to drag, right? But they don't always focus on knowing every single word because it's like, well, I'm going to be moving around the room so much, interacting with people. At this part, I actually go talk to somebody and I'm not even a part of the song anymore. Like, there's so much to an in-person show to see them transition to virtual where they have to rely solely on the words of the music. It's just insane. So to see their growth has just been incredible. And Um, Wendy said, "You've come out of your shell." I have a lot. I mean, this is always who I have been. But I've never had that. This is always who I've have been. Sorry, who I have been, but you know, it's just I've had the confidence now to come out and be more vocal and more able to express myself. Another huge thing that came out of 2020 for me was I refound my drag purpose. Um, I didn't like we've talked a lot about it on this show. I'm going to talk about it again. I didn't like doing drag because whenever I did it, I didn't feel like I was expressing my true self. I felt like I was expressing someone that people wanted me to be. And then Jaden said, "Hey, you need to do these virtual shows with us, like the family friendly ones." And I was like, "I don't think so. Like, I didn't like when I used to do drag. I'm not gonna like it again." She goes, "Just try it. Just try it with us." I think it was a week that her Shay was gone anyway, so she needed me. Like, otherwise it was just gonna be her. And so I did it with her, and yeah, I refound my purpose, and I haven't left the show since. And that was in October. So, I would really appreciate it if you guys start sharing. This is the perfect time to start sharing things that you have experienced in 2020. You're welcome to share. I know 2020 has been like a shit show. Okay. I mean, we can confront that. So you're welcome to share the bad times if you feel like you need to share those right now. This is your safe space. Um, but also, I mean, think about your experiences in 2020, right? So you had a negative experience. I'll give one in a minute of mine. But what did that teach you? I guess what lessons came from that is what I'm gonna challenge you to share. Um, Ani, this is a serious time, and that I'm not even gonna read that on camera. Um, but congratulations. Um, you can also share positive things that have happened to you in 2020. What came out of this is your time. This is what I want tonight to be about is like growth. What growth have you experienced in 2020 that has helped you through 2020? Um, so yeah. Um, I'm gonna start off because Nick is already bumping with his the birth of Shiloh. Oh my gosh, y'all, the birth of Shiloh. Sorry, I keep getting so close. I keep getting too close to the mic, and it's because I'm really excited. I'm still learning what's a good distance. But yes, the birth of Shiloh, y'all, if you have not watched Nick recently compared to where Nick started, it is Nick has experienced some serious growth, y'all, and I'm very proud of him. I'm very proud of his character, Shiloh. She's amazing. Um, Nick, I want to say to you, since we since you're still the only one with a comment, I know y'all are thinking it's okay. Um, I want to say to you that I feel you kind of went through a same phase that I did. I'm not saying that you have. I'm not putting words into your mouth, and feel free to correct me in what I'm about to say. But I feel like you kind of went through a phase that I did, where you started your drag. You just went through it a lot quicker. You started your drag with what you thought people wanted to see, based off what you had already seen, right? So, I noticed when you first started doing drag, it was very like what we did, right? You're trying to mimic what we did. And as time has gone on, you've really created it into your own. And I just wanted to say that I'm super duper proud of you because, in my opinion, you have. You've really made your drag persona your own. You did exceptionally good on your makeup last week, which I was super proud of. You like popped up on camera, and I was like, she's taking lessons. Look at her. You also killed it with your tech last time. So good job, bud. Keep it going because as time goes on, you're only going to get better. It's practice, practice, practice. Also, your outfit last time was fire. You're also killing it on your outfit choices. What else do we have? Jaden said, spending 24/7 with you in pre retirement. We haven't killed each other. This, okay. This is so real. This sounds, I mean, yes, it's funny. Um, but that's also it's so real, right? First pre-retirement has been amazing. Yeah, we're not making like I so I feel like there's a misconception about people who are collecting unemployment. Like, I'm not collecting like a bunch of money. I'm collecting enough to pay my bills. So it's as if I'm still working. Anyway, that was for anyone who might be reading into that. But the other part, we haven't killed each other. That's a huge thing. I was very nervous going into quarantine. Jaden and I have both worked full-time jobs our entire relationship. Okay, at the beginning of our relationship, I was working a part-time job, but she was working full-time. Plus, we had drag shows. And when we did drag shows, it didn't really feel like we saw each other because I was always on the other end of a room. Um, and so when we started quarantine, I looked at her and I said, as soon as the governor gave her orders, literally right after the announcement, like we watched the announcement together, I said, I need you to turn off your phone and look at me. I said, this is going to be a lot. Quarantine, we don't know how long this is going to last. I mean, at the time, God knew that we were going to be in it into the next year. Um, but like, we don't know how long this is going to last. And this can either be a really great experience for our relationship or a really bad one. And at this time, this is the time that we need to agree, not just like pretend relationship agree. Like, this is the time that we need to agree that honesty is key. Honesty is the only way we're going to get through quarantine at this point because one, we can't leave. Like if something happens, like we're not going to be able to go anywhere. Um and two, I want this to work. I want to grow with you. I don't want this just to be like you're my partner. I want this to be you are my life partner. And this is the time that this is gonna make or break us. And I know that's the case for a lot of couples. And I'm just so grateful. There's a huge positive for thing for me with quarantine is that I've grown so much with Jaden. And I couldn't be happier. We have our squabbles, but we have grown so much together and I'm just thankful for everything we've been through. And that we keep going. And I love you so much. What else do we have? M said, I've had 2 surgeries this year. It was scary, but thankfully the doctors were able to remove the small tumor I had. Girl, yes. That is so I remember when you texted me for your first when you were about to go into your first surgery and you were scared out of your mind. Oh my goodness, how far you have come, M. You have grown tremendously in the second half of 2020. Like you went from I know it doesn't feel like it. There's a lot of days it's not going to feel like it, but I want you to know, you have grown so incredibly much. You became like this super anxious person who was like, I don't know. And now to watch you, I mean, we don't have the in person for me to get the full growth experience from you, but just the way that you've talked to me has matured so much over time. And I'm just proud of you, one, for getting through these 2 surgeries. Um, and two, just for the growth that you've made. You and I, Em and I have a lot of conversations about like therapy now, about mental health, and how you talk about mental health now in regards to you is I'm very proud of you, and you need to keep going because you're only going to grow from here. You're going to have a lot of hard days, you're going to have a lot of difficult days, but you need to keep going because only uphill. Even when you're going downhill, go up, keep going. It's all in how you talk to yourself. So I'm glad the doctors were able to remove your small tumor. That is amazing news. I'm glad 2020 gave you that. Um, Julie said, this year has taught me that I still have a lot to learn and that I've learned a lot. It gave me time to just be a mom and daughter. You all have opened my heart even more, and I've realized that I can make deep, true friendships in a short amount of time. Oh, Julie, you have done so much for us in 2020. If I should be thankful for anything in 2020, it should be you. Um, Julie is another one of our top donors for Boylesque, and also top supporter, top friend. Um, and we're just so thankful for you, Julie. I cannot wait until we are in person again, so I can give you, and it's like safe to do so. I can't wait to give you the biggest hug in the world. You are like all of our second mother, and we love you a lot. Mother, sister, cousin, friend, you're just everything to us. And I'm very glad that 2020 gave us you. I'm very glad 2020 gave us you, Julie. And I'm glad you have time now to, be a mom and a daughter within your family all in one. I think one of my favorite things to see out of 2020 is family growth. Some families have not been so lucky to grow. Um, and it's on the opposite end of the spectrum. Some families have grown immensely. And I'm so glad you've been able to grow with your family, Julie. That, that makes me so happy, and little boy your little boy is just the cutest ever. Watching him grow, 2020 also gave me the chance to watch your son grow, and he's just so cute with his My Little Ponies. He better get it. So, keep trucking, Julie. Always let us know if you need anything because you give us everything. So, any chance we have to give you something, let us know. Jenna said, 2020 has been the year of asserting myself and going after what I want. Left a job I hated and started with a company I love, finding new opportunities and getting my own fur child. Jenna, this warms my heart. Um, Going it just by piece. So you left a job you hated. One, that is huge. I'm so glad you got to finally leave a job you left. 2020 also gave me that opportunity to leave a job I hated. Um, I'm super proud of you. That is so difficult. Um, I don't know, and you don't have to share if you don't want to. But you can if you want. Up to you. So I don't know if you had a job lined up before you left the job you hated. Um, but either way, like it is so hard to leave a job that you don't like. Um, Especially when you're someone that is like Jenna and myself, who are like the biggest empaths in the world. Like, it's so hard to leave a job that you hate because you're like, "Oh my gosh, everyone's going to hate me because I would hate me." And so I'm super proud of you. I'm glad you're able to do that. And then you started with a company you love in return. Like, how freaking amazing. I'm so glad that you found something that you're more passionate about than what you were in your previous job. Like, that's just kudos. Like, that is amazing. And then finding new opportunities. Hello. Speaking of my show, you've been on my show, which has been amazing. I'm so glad I've been able to. I feel like 2020 has been a a year. Wow, 2020 has been a year of like reconnection with people, and I'm so glad. I mean, you and I, Jenna, have been friends forever. But 2020 has given me the chance to really reconnect with you. And you've been on my show. We've FaceTimed, we text all the time, Snapchat. Um, and now you're going to be on the show again in a couple weeks, which we'll talk about at the end. And so I'm glad. And then, of course, you got your own fur child. Like, yes, Disco. We love Disco. We are here for Disco. She is life. She is love. And we love Disco. Um, Disco ran away for like 2 months and then she randomly came back and God bless Disco. If you're watching Disco, I love you. So I'm glad that 2020 brought you all those things, Jenna. That's amazing. Ooh, my feed was like, whoa. Wendy said, I gained more friends than I ever had on here. Wendy, that is how honestly, Wendy, I feel the same way. Um Wednesday is the night that I'm reminded that I'm not alone. Between quarantine and between just who I am as a person, there's a lot of times that I feel very alone. And Wednesday is my night that I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm loved and I have people that care about me and I have people that I care about." And you're all in this chat every single week from the beginning to now. I just love you all so much. And Wendy, I'm glad that you've become a part of this community. I'm glad that all of you become a part of this community. But Wendy, you and have been huge blessings into my life, just like everyone else. And I'm very glad that you have joined us every single week. Um, and I love Wendy. I love how proud you are of your daughters. Again, family, right? I'm a huge family person. If no one got that, but she's over here. She's like, I gained more friends. Oh, by the way, my daughter turned 18. Also, my daughter got accepted to college, but like, don't worry, because I made friends. Oh my gosh, Wendy, I adore you. I adore your love for family. I adore and am inspired by the love for your girls. Um, and I just thank you for coming on this journey with me and with us. We met Wendy at Maplewood Lanes. We used to do a regular drag bingo at Maplewood Lanes in Saline. It was a bowling alley. It was honestly our favorite gig to do. And every time, I'm pretty sure almost every time, we saw Wendy there. And so it's just been great. Wendy's one of those people who has like Nick and like April, who's got to see us from in person to virtual, and we're just very thankful for your support. Thank you, Wendy. April said, "This experience has taught me to be more patient with Jacob. The only beginning it was Oh, in the beginning it was really rough, but I believe we are stronger, have a stronger relationship. I'm also able to look at myself and recognize my wrongs, which allows me to be more patient." April, that is incredible. I am so happy for you that you have gotten that far with Jacob in 2020. That's amazing. Um, in case there's anyone who's watching who doesn't already know this, we talk about April and Jacob all the time, but just in case, Jacob is April's son, and he is a teenager boy, and he has autism, and he is nonverbal. And so with quarantine and with April's multiple sclerosis, the way that it is, whew, she has a lot on her plate the time, all day, every day. You are also someone that inspires me all the time, April. I mean, just what you go through with Jacob, how great of a mother you are, even on days that you feel like you may not be. You are amazing. You're an amazing single parent. Like, whoa, you are like a super single parent with everything that you go through. And I'm so glad you've been able to build that relationship with Jacob. Like, that is just that makes me happy for you. I'm just so glad, and your stories about Jacob on your Facebook are just so freaking hilarious. Um, I'm trying to think of like a specific one at this time. I can't. The one that comes to mind is April posted one day that she put eggs in boiling water to boil them, and she forgot they were there and they exploded. And so the next day she made eggs again, and Jacob was just like staring at the stove, making sure she didn't mess up again. I thought that was hilarious. Or Jacob all the time, your stories about Jacob like leaving food in your bed. Like, I don't know. I don't know if you're very serious about him meaning to do that in case you want it, or if he like just leaves food and he forgets where he leaves food. But it always brings a smile to my face. So I'm glad you continue to build that relationship with him, because through you, I love Jacob. And I love the experiences you share with having him as your son, because he's just like, he cracks me up with what you share about him. Because I know that he's very frustrating for you sometimes, and I just props to you for finding the light in that, because it can be very hard. And there is nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with Jacob. Um, you just have more to you, and you have things that other people don't get to have in their life. You have a journey, April. You have such a special journey that inspires people all the time. Um, it can feel like it sucks. I am sure, and I know from your Facebook that sometimes you just want your journey with what you deal with to end. And it inspires people every single day that I feel that we are all given the journeys that we are given, not necessarily because we can handle it, but so we can show people that it's worth handling, if that makes sense. Um, Meaning I don't enjoy the quote like God gives me things I can handle. Like, yes, and I think he just gives us things to handle to show that the people after us, that they're going to be okay. Even in the moments where we feel like we can't handle something, we're going to be okay in the end. And so yeah, you inspire me every day, April. We love you. Thank you for being all around amazing supporter of all of our shows in person and virtual. We love you, and we're gonna keep raising money for you. Ani, now giving me an actual answer. This year has forced me to rediscover a bunch of skills I forgot I had. That's amazing. Yeah, Ani, y'all. Ani's doing the most with some of her skills, and it is incredible to see. She's been photoshopping a lot, doing a lot of video and music editing. If you watched her show Kiki Quickie, the music on that show, Ani did on her own. She composed it, which I think is super cool. And she also did all the editing and stuff. Our murder mystery, Ani completely did. She wrote it, she assisted in filming it, and then she did all the editing on it. And yes, I'm very happy that you were able to do that this year, that you were able to find skills you never had. And also, um quarantine was the first time in a year and a half, 2 years that Ani shaved her face. She was the bearded queen on cast for over a year. Um, and when we went into quarantine, there was a joke post going around about how people with facial hair need to shave because you don't know how COVID is being carried. And so we convinced her to actually shave, and she has been rediscovering how to put makeup on her full face instead of just like half, which has been amazing. Anna, you've been doing some amazing work with your makeup, and I'm very proud of your growth as well with your makeup skills. You're also starting to sew again, which is amazing. Congrats. You've been making some costumes again. You started wearing wigs again. Um, Very few and far in between, but you still are. And I'm just proud of you. You've also, along uh, like all of the other queens, you've been upping your music choices as well. It's so cool to see all of the queens doing new music for the first time and like coming up to me and being like, "Okay, here's my music for the night." I'm like, What is that? What is that?" And they're like, "This is something I've wanted to do since I heard this song, and I've never had the motivation, the confidence to do it, and I'm gonna do it." I'm like, "Yes, do it. Like, now is the time." Yeah, I mean, now is the time because you can't see the audience faces, with drag up until quarantine, we were so reliant on the audience's reactions that, like, if they hated a song, trust and believe a queen, no matter who they were, came up to me mid-song and be like, "Riley, we need to change the song right now. Change it to XYZ." I'm like, "Okay," and we, like, and we switched. I mean, now you don't have that. Now the queens get to live in their moment, they get to live their truth, they get to have fun, and then if the audience didn't like the song, you wouldn't know. You would not know. Because, they're not there to tell you. So, I mean, yes, there's the comment section, but with the internet these days, I don't know. Anyway, and most of the time, I don't think an audience is going to hate a song if you live your truth with that song and you give it your all and your best and your everything. So, I'm proud of you, Ani. I'm proud of our queens of Boylesque. Thank you, Julie and April, for the tips so far this evening. Thank you for the love. Yes, if you want, I'm gonna take you off the screen here, Ani. If you want, you can always send tips to the payment methods scrolling across your screen. Any tips I receive is used for our tech because we're always trying to make things better. I'm looking at the next steps of what we want to do to up our game. So any money that is sent is always put into a little savings pile, and I use it for any upcoming tech. So thank you, Julie and April, who have donated this evening. Oh my goodness. Now there's just all these comments about people crying. I'm catching up. He's such a cutie. James loves you all. Aw, James. God bless disco. New hashtag for the show. God bless disco. Hi, Aunt Gail. Thanks for joining. Yes, my family, I'm a big family person, so yes. Another favorite Jacob story when Jacob burnt the bacon and I burnt those eggs. Yeah, this it is a time to be had in April's household. If you are not friends with April on Facebook, I highly recommend being friends with April on Facebook, given that she wants to accept your friend request. I can't speak for her, but she tells the funniest jokes about or stories about Jacob. He's so funny. Yes, Ani, as Jaden said, Ani's artistic technique with her canvas is amazing. I agree. Good choice of words. Ani's come a long way. Look at all these comments. You all have so much strength and power in what you do, and all you have affected so many of us in such positive ways. That's amazing. Thanks, Julie. A big thing for me, my Aunt Gail said hello. Hi. A big thing for me has been family. Yes, I've said it like 20 times. If this was a drinking show, you would be drunk by now for how many times I've said family. Um, Family has become a huge thing for me in 2020. When my grandmother passed away in 2016, I really lost connection to family because she was my connection to family. She kept me in the know about what everyone was doing and everyone was up to. She also was the only family member that I regularly visited besides my mom and dad. And so losing her really lost my connection to family because I just didn't feel connected anymore. I didn't really have that connection with people. Most family members was just consisted of small talk if we reached out to each other. And was like, "How are you? I'm good. I'm good too. What are you up to? I'm doing this thing. Oh, cool. I should come see you sometime. Yeah, that'd be great." And then I would never see them, and I would never make an effort to go see them. And 2020 has really reminded me how much my family means to me. Um, not being able to see my mom and dad, I have not hugged my mom and dad since January. January. Like that is I know I said I wasn't gonna bring things down, but oh my gosh, what I wouldn't give to hug my mom and dad. I love them so much, and but I'm doing what I can to keep them safe, to keep them healthy, and to keep me safe and healthy as well. So, but yes, I also reconnected recently within the past few months. I've been reconnecting with my aunt Gail. We've had a couple lovely talks. And so yeah, family has just become more relevant to me, more it's become the missing aspect of it has become more evident to me, I guess. Words. I've also really connected with some of my cousins. So if you've not taken the chance to reconnect with a certain family member that you've been wanting to, I recommend doing it soon because the benefits of it are just so rewarding and family, 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 family. Okay. That's my spiel on family. Um, you know, unless you have some really extreme circumstance where you don't talk to family anymore, which I totally respect, reach out. You never know. You just never know. So reach out to family if and when you can, because it's just family is just so much. I could do a whole episode about family. They're what get me through. On my hardest moments, they are who is there when I need someone at my very lowest. Um, and then of course the family that I've created here with Evening Vibes as well. I consider you guys family, just a different a different branch of my family. So, well, that hour went by super quick. Thank you all so much for joining me. Um, Time for announcements. I want to in the next month. My goal. This is to you, Dad. My goal is to create theme songs. For different things on my show. So like do like an announcement, ba announcements, and then we could do like you know, it's game time. I don't know, just like different things. Think on it, Dad. That's my that's my goal. That's my next goal for upping evening vibes is theme songs and sounds. Anyway, announcement time. So this upcoming weekend, Boylesque, while they are not all available to the public, Boylesque has 6 shows this weekend. Yeah, 6. It's insane. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Oh, 5. Today was 6. So 5. Anyway, it is insane. It's gonna be crazy. The ones that you can attend, though, one is Friday evening. We are doing a show for oh my gosh, what are we doing? Oh, the Humane Society of Huron Valley. We're doing Holiday Queens Unleashed. So it's gonna be holiday themed, as well as the money that we raise is gonna be going towards the Humane Society of Huron Valley. And it's just gonna be a lot of fun. It is 100% virtual. We do it via a live stream link, and you get to comment the way that you do for this show. Um, Annie, I know your show is coming up. That's next week, and I will announce it. So yes, it's $15 to watch the Friday show for the Huron Humane Society of Huron Valley. They are amazing people there. Swanson, my little one-eyed wonder boy, came from that specific Humane Society, so I love them a lot because they gave me him. Um, so they mean a lot to my heart. So please check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Julie put the event in the comments for you guys to check out as well. It is only $15, and you can use any of the payment methods scrolling here to send your $15 to. Just please include your email address so we know where to send that private show link on Friday. On Saturday, we have our family friendly show for the Humane Society of Huron Valley. And I do story time, and I do a couple performances, as well as Hershey and Jaden, who do a dance and music lesson and perform as well. Um, Jenna said, I think it should be just your voice saying, it's game time. I want to make like a little like pop-up video too. I want to be like, my goal in life is to be a mix of like Fraser Crane from Frasier and Jimmy Fallon slash James Corden, and just have like little pop-up things. And Frasier doesn't have that. I wanna be like the soul of Frasier and like this old-fashioned-y, but then I wanna have like pop-up things like Jimmy Fallon and James Corden who are just like they like, "And it's time for this activity," or whatever, and it like pops up and there's like that's a lot of work though. I don't know. We'll see about all that. Maybe if we get another tech guy that's not me, we'll do it. Yes, Swanson, we love Swanson. Oh, and then, of course, and I told Ani I would announce it, and then I didn't. On Monday, Ani has a very special event coming up, and we're very excited for her. It's not Kiki Quickie, but it's going to take in slot of Kiki Quickies space because Kiki Quickie is done for the year. It'll come back in January, I'm sure. But anyway, Ani is hosting a one chip challenge. It is I don't know what it really is, Ani. I'm sorry. It's just really here's my explanation. Ready? They're gonna eat a really spicy chip. Um, Ani, Saphira Siren. Yes, Saphira Siren is coming back in full force along with Saphira's partner John. They're gonna be eating the like spiciest chip one could ever eat, I guess. And then we're gonna watch them bawl their eyes out. That's what I got for that. Um, I guess it's like an internet challenge. If you look it up, it's like a huge thing on the internet right now for the kids. Um, but they're all the money they raise is going to be going to Safe House, which is an amazing organization here in Ipsy. So definitely check it out. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Just because Ani is insane. I don't know how to pronounce that, but that's the kind of chip Ani's going to eat. It is considered the hottest chip in the world. Ooh. And that's like when some fire like comes up behind me. Hottest chip. Uh I'm scared for Ani. I'm scared for Ani too. Listen, last time I saw Ani eat something hot was when Jaden tricked her into eating like this ghost pepper, and Ani had hiccups for like 30 minutes. I thought she was gonna like lose her mind. She was like Ani was just like on the floor screaming. It was hilarious. So I don't know what she's gonna do with the hottest chip in the world. That's gonna be Insane. Anyway, that's on Monday at 8 p.m. It's free to view. It's on gonna be on here on Facebook. Um, Definitely check it out because I think it's gonna be well, yeah, it was also salsa, but there was one time she ate like a pepper too. But yes, there was one time Jaden handed her salsa as well and told Ani it was mild, and and then it wasn't. So Jaden Jaden is just a nice friend. We love her. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I had a lot of fun going over my year with 2020, my 2020 year. I don't know, words with you all. The next 2 weeks are going to be a lot of fun. Next week we have in honor of the holiday season. I'm not going to make you think too much. Um, and we're gonna do some more trivia. Yes, I do have my shows the next 2 weeks because I am committed. Did you all notice something I didn't talk about? In the year 2020, you have seen me every single Wednesday since March. I have not missed a show. COVID couldn't stop me. Vacation couldn't stop me when we went up to Beaver Island in the middle of summer. What else could have stopped me? I don't know. Those were the two big ones, especially COVID. COVID couldn't stop me. I still did my show. Um, so yes, so next week we're gonna do trivia. I'm very excited. It's free to play, free to watch. Please share with your friends that it's gonna be happening. And then the following week, Jenna and I are doing a PJ slumber party, and we're gonna be doing some different games that I've never done before. So here on the show, I mean. So I'm very excited. We're gonna have a lot of fun. There are also gonna be games that you can play along with. So definitely stay tuned for when we announce what we're gonna be playing, so you can be all ready to go. And yeah, oh, and also, of course, on New Year's Eve, we have our Boylesque Drag New Year's celebration that we have every single year. This year is 100% virtual, and we're very excited for it. We have a lot planned for you. I'm gonna be hosting an hour of trivia. The queens are gonna be hosting a couple hours of bingo along with drag performances. Only $10. You come and go as you please. Tickets are on Eventbrite, and it's $10 from 8 p.m. all the way through past midnight. So New Year's Eve is going to be a lot of fun too. So definitely check out Boylesque Michigan on Facebook to see all the events. You can also check out my link tree, as well as Jaden's link tree. You can also check out my website, RileyJSaronin.com, or you can go to jadenblack.com. All of these websites have our events coming up for the rest of the year. Amory said, I didn't even know you were sick. That's how good I am. In the words of Hershey Chocolate, I'm a PR professional. You wouldn't even know. So thank you all for joining me this evening. Please remember to do some self-care for you tonight, if not sometime this week, because you are loved and you are worthy of love. And I cannot thank you enough from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for making Evening Vibes what it is today. I couldn't do it without you guys. I love you all. Also, shout out to my Aunt Gail who just sent me a tip. Thank you. I love you. And I will see you all again next Wednesday. Bye, guys.